Hi everyone, it's Don. It is Tuesday, early, burning the midnight oil, working on a bunch of projects, and once you get started, you can't seem to stop. But hope you guys are having a good week. Today, very good volatility. Let's go through and take a look at what we have. We got the market a little bit soft here in the wee hours of the morning. The VIX, a daily component on the 15th, went short, and the markets had gone long 2 days before, so within 48 hours. So this is a Nite'S confirmed long, despite the fact that we did have a little bit of selling, later in the day. Nite'S, this position is up about $6,200 total, but tonight's date will be green because Nite'S is picking up on suppression of volatility, which favors the bulls. The VIX, and here it is in terms of, although elevated, a number, the trend is under pressure, and this also favors the bulls. Skew, very low. With the market being as low as it is indicating to us that the big money, they're just not concerned with any kind of major sell-off right now. They're not buying puts, they're closing their puts, and they're buying calls. Favors the bulls. Yield curve, a little bit of a bounce here, but rising on the front end, flat in the middle to inverted, but it is what it is. No real market reaction yet. We're going to skip the Dow, and we're going to go right to the S&P, and we want to look at sentiment here. Actually, what I want, future sentiment, I'm sorry. Missed the tab there. And we can see the VIX underneath its mean and the markets above their mean. And we could stay in this type of environment, which is great for traders. We're just could be for an extended period of time a sideways market, just big ranges. So we trade range to range to range, which is a beautiful thing. The dollar is still above its mean, putting all the other currencies of the world under theirs. The metals just can't seem to catch much of a bid. Energy under pressure, although it did come off of its lows. And there you have it. Nothing really that extreme. And let's go to the S&P sentiment. What do we have up here for euphoria? These stocks here are in euphoria, and likely over the next 20 days to come back toward their mean. If you were inclined to think that the market was going to pull back, you could be thinking about shorting or fading these in some fashion using options. But here I'm not going to do that because I think the market still is fairly complacent and range bound. I think I'd rather do credit spreads off of the panic column and give myself plenty of time, 25, 30 some odd days with a credit spread anyways. NASDAQ sentiment, it's going to be similar, nothing really. Intel, and for panic sell, Google. Not sure why they're getting out of Google, but they did split their shares, so there could be some of that. I would think will bounce. They do have earnings, I think around July 26th, so stay tuned for that. They have a tendency to run those things up into earnings. And let's go to the daily, intraday. Intraday. 7 hours ago, the ES goes short, NQ 7 short, Russell 37 hours long, but dipping. The VIX is long 9 hours ago, and the YM short. So it's this VIX that we want to keep an eye on. So on an hourly basis, they're trying to get a little bit of a pullback in, but we'll just have to wait and see what the morning brings. Let's look at Pebble Beach signals for today, and here they are. For swing traders, you might want to be looking at all of these, both long and short. And there's plenty of opportunity there, so I would get out your pencil and be sure to take a look at some of those symbols. out of bounds. And oboe triggers. Don't know why they're not, but sorting right to the top for me. But Iron Mountain, I think that could be an interesting credit spread, actually. Newmont NEM, I think, could be an interesting one. I'm not sure that I'd want to short Costco. All right, let's look at the moving averages. What are the retail crowd seeing? Barely holding the 5-day, but trying to get something going where they can try to attack the 50-day. The stocks that are moving the quickest up and over their 5-day are these 30. And we mentioned Netflix last week at around 172, 173. Big pop on that, hopefully. We got some folks that got that. What are the stocks lagging? Well, Google isn't down 92% under its 5-day. That's because of the stock split, so it's a little skewed. These stocks are lagging badly. And let's look at the, let's slide over and look at the traditional chart. And that's the euro. I want to look at the SPX. And I think today was more or less just of a little bit of an insight. It did make a higher high. We'll have to see. I'm not going to call that a pivot. It didn't really take out the low. Just kind of an inside day. That's what it kind of felt like. I still think that we're going to pop and go higher. And that VIX, a little elevated today, but is in a slide mode. As we get down in here, though, it will, if it can find a catalyst, it will be setting the stage for a move up in the VIX, which will correspond with a sell-off. But I just don't see anything right here, right now. And this is where we be. We were here last night, couldn't quite get up to this high. A little bit of a pullback, and maybe tomorrow we can get up here, and if we can take out 39.48, don't get in its way, because could generate some significant short covering. This looks to us like it's building cause to want to break out and break into a newer range. And if it does get up in here, it really will generate a lot of short covering. All right, so sorry tonight's video is a little late. We are working on a number of little projects, and we will see everyone tomorrow night at minimum. Have a great week, everybody.